comfort, control, or influence? Hello, hello. Greetings. Coming to you from the backyard pool. Just enjoying the afternoon, thinking about work and life as I do. It occurred to me that pretty regularly I work with people, work with teams, and there's usually one or two in any group that I work with that shares frustration, shares concern, and they see me as an outlet or a conduit to try to help them with that. And so they'll come to me and say, I'm frustrated, I'm upset about this situation, and a lot of times I make suggestions on things that they could do to influence the outcome. And I regularly get this sense from them that they feel powerless, they feel stuck. They just say, well, I can't do anything about that. It's leadership, and it's this leader's fault, and they don't do what they're supposed to do. And they basically complain, but then don't seem to be willing to take any effort towards fixing it. And I get frustrated with that, because I'm like, hey, I'm giving you opportunities here to fix it, but yet you're not taking advantage of it. And it occurs to me that there's something that I was taught a while back that I like to share with them. Everybody hears about comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone. And comfort zone is the way I would define comfort zone is really what you're comfortable working in, the environment you're comfortable working in, the control that you're willing to take, the power that you're willing to take, and it's what's within your perceived control. But really, there's more like 3 circles. I like to draw a picture. Hopefully I can add that in here. And the smallest circle is the comfort zone. That's, like I just described, it's what you're comfortable with. There's another circle outside of that is really, it's the control zone. This is really where you actually have the control over the situation. A lot of times people don't take full control of their control zone. They don't realize where their boundaries are at. Sometimes that's just because they haven't explored it. Sometimes it's because maybe those boundaries change frequently. That could be a leadership challenge. But a lot of times it's just they haven't figured that out. So they stay within their comfort zone instead of their full control zone. And even though they believe or feel like they don't have power or influence over a certain situation, they actually have more than what they're exerting currently. And what's interesting is there's even a circle outside of that. So the third circle is the influence zone. And I promise you that a lot of people don't take advantage of this. Our sphere of influence, it's those people that you interact with, the way you talk to them, the things that you ask questions about, the facts that you bring to the table, the way you bring those facts to the table, those all influence behaviors to the people to the side of you, to the people above you, to the people that work below you. So the idea that someone that feels powerless in a certain situation, I always challenge that. I'm like, have you really thought through all of your influence? First of all, are you outside of your comfort zone? Are you just stuck in there? So let's challenge that. Let's really go into what is your full scope of control in your environment, in your situation. And a lot of times we find that there's more control there than what they're actually seeing or using. And then of course go really wide and go, all right, now who do you interact with? Who can you interact with, and how can you talk to them? How are you currently talking to them? A lot of times you'll find that people that are stuck like that are talking in a negative way, or maybe they're not talking at all, and they're just kind of, they're holding on to that instead of talking positively and expressing opportunities and really trying to work with those people to figure out how can I influence the situation. And sometimes you might have to go 2-3 people deep to influence the outcome that you're looking for. And not to say that you want to manipulate. Obviously, it's for the betterment of the team, it's for the betterment of the environment that you're working in. You're trying to improve the situation. So, the way you talk to people and how you talk to them and who you talk to, that all influences the overall outcome. So I just challenge anyone that's in that situation that feels stuck. First of all, don't feel stuck, because you're never stuck. Like, you always have options. You're not trapped. I will lay money you're not trapped. You can have faith that there's a way out of whatever negative situation that you're in. That being said, You got to examine the situation. You got to understand what is your comfort zone, understand those boundaries. What is your control zone? Understand those boundaries, and then understand the influence zone, and take full advantage of all three of those. And a lot of times, I'll leave you with this, a lot of times the comfort zone is the hardest one to get out of, because that is where we're comfortable, right? And we don't necessarily function well when we get outside of our comfort zone. We feel uncomfortable, literally uncomfortable. We feel like we don't know what we're doing. And so sometimes that takes education, sometimes that takes being brave. Sometimes that takes a different set of eyes, maybe asking for some help to understand, where am I stuck in my own paradigms, so that I can change my habits, change my behaviors, and help the people around me, help the team around me improve. And by doing those things, you almost always end up in a better place. Maybe you don't ultimately fix the problem that you're set out to fix, but your paradigm shifts, your perception shifts, and you end up in a better situation. So I hope this helps. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you're out enjoying some cool water in the hot summer, and talk to you soon.